Well, welcome back to another edition of UT4 Elim League Season 4, hosted by UT Pugs. I'm your caster EP. We've got a matchup today between cute anime girls and we are Annihilation. I don't know who the captain for we are Annihilation is. I believe it's Gabo, but that team is Gabo, Adram, Practice, and Chris Powa. A team where their lowest player is a little bit stronger, but I mean, I still think the problem is Adram isn't quite as consistent as some of the players nearby above him in salary value, which gives them kind of a bit of a odd ranking, and I think Gabo is a little bit lower as well. One of the weaker teams, but big ups to people for making it happen and filling out the league a little bit. Giving us like one more team to have in the league, even though it's looking like they're gonna struggle in the season. Hopefully, at least they're having some fun. And big shout out to Practice, who didn't really play preseason and agreed to do this, and he's agreed to sub so far and been a good sport about it. And I mean, he's played pretty well, 2.89 PPR overall. Like, he certainly hasn't been a slouch, and he's pretty much only played official matches, so he's still managing to get a decent result for basically not practicing the game. Can't hate on that. He's doing good things with what he's got. Cute anime girls, one of the preseason expected favorites. 3-0'd their first match. Did have some drama. Were in danger of losing Remedy, but were able to, you know, get it together, bring the comeback, furious comeback, and take the 3-0 against Forced Exit. A team that has surprised. They've been 3-0'd twice, but they've been competitive in their matches. Been close games. They're definitely a squirrely team to fight. And that's for sure. As it stands, we have a good matchup coming. I mean, I expect a 3-0 for cute anime girls here. They should clear this up pretty quickly. And Practice, this is his first time actually seeing Quest, maybe. I don't know if he's even played it yet. And with all the UT4 movement tricks, this man's head is probably going to be on a blender or in a washing machine. You know, it's going to be spinning. Let's put it that way. He'll be on the helicopter blade. Like, he's riding that up top, you know, right up top of your screen. He's riding that, and he is, you know, moving around. But we have our final ready. We have our final have funs. We're going to get into this matchup in just a second, and we're going to go on board Smoles, round one, captain of cute anime girls. Or is it Zan? I don't technically know. I would assume it's Smalls. He's the kind of the guy who's probably most UT4 NA'd of his team. But he's going to go down. Chris Powell hitting some good snipes on him, and the Quest decisions out of some of these players is going to be big. But Tron does hit the shots, and Practice is already kind of in the spin cycle. See him looking back and forth as he point-blank snipes Joker, gets out of dodge. It is a 2v1. This is going to be tough, loading up those rockets to come around the corner, and runs right into Zan. Zan's going to give him some good hit scan here, and it's going to be difficult. He's just in a hit scan spot, and it's going to be hard for him to turn these fights. He's got to hit big combos, get big damage, but the link gun's coming out, and Practice cannot get away from the link gun, and gets taken down by Joker. 1-0 in favor of cute anime girls. And we're going to go on board now with actually Practice. Start off the round, and he's immediately taking some shots from low red. The thing is, I just don't think he's going to know the spawns and know where he should be looking. And the minigun's coming out and does a good job to kind of get away from this, but runs right back into Smalls. And he's able to survive, and his team comes to help him. I mean, effectively trades with Smalls. That is a great thing, but his team is losing people fast here. Going to be hard for them. I think Tron and Zan probably have a little bit more experience with this map, being UT4 players. Although I don't know how much this map gets played in Europe, but Chris doing work on Tron, but he is last alive. Needs to somehow find the kill quickly. Is unable to do so. Has two people in his face. Ends up going down. Zan taking him out. And that is a quick 2-0 to cute anime girls. Kind of a mouthful to say that name. Need a shorter one. I mean, could call him CAG, but that just sounds kind of gross. Anime girls? Weebs. We'll call them Weebs. Weebs doing their thing here and moving forward. I got nothing against Weebs, but I just think it's the easiest thing. So Practice and Chris 2v3 against Weebs, and gonna be tough for them to come here. But Tron looking for the kill. Practice 1v3 goes down to Zan. I mean, I kind of expected this on this map. Practice is probably not going to be able to play at his best on a map he has very little experience with. And we're going to go on board with Zan here. Sitting back, I mean, this has been his kind of play style from my understanding so far. Just, you know, using his good hit scan and good reaction times to take shots at players. And right now, it is looking like, I mean, he's just making some good rotations to cut off other players once he gets the call and once he feels like he's good to move up. And have heard through the grapevine that this map is played in EU a lot. So yeah, they're gonna know the angles. They're gonna know all the peaks. It's gonna be tough for. I don't know why I'm watching Zan again, but we'll have to try and give a round to somebody else. I mean, to be fair, we're gonna see a lot of the different players on. Yeah, I was gonna say like this is gonna be a quick one. This could even be a 10-0. Hopefully, we get a win on the board. We're gonna give another round. Let's go over to Adram. He hasn't been on camera yet. Before we get into needing to watch all of more of Cute Anime Girl's early round, as this is kind of turning into a pretty quick stomp, and it's already a 3v4, not in favor of Annihilation, and effectively a 1v3. Adram, 10 HP, needs to put out some damage. And looking a little bit too long at that angle. Needs to, I think, turn around. And Gabo and Adram both going down early. Who is leading this charge? Smoles and Tron. We haven't watched Smoles in a few rounds, so we'll give him some early round coverage here. And can he continue? Nice snipe. Can he hit the other one? Nope, not. Does hit that one, so he's getting his damage out. No one challenging him top red. He's going to look around for the flank and actually kind of misses the timing a little bit, but trying his best here. And Practice getting that high red location. That's actually where Practice needs to play, but he needs to be careful about getting flanked from there. And Smoles taking out Chris with the flak cannon. That is a great win. Chris, a very good flak, and Smoles, nice snipe coming out from him. And Practice, nice shot. Needs to try and hit another one, but Smoles able to clean up Practice, taking another round, 7-0. This is going to be a tough one. This just is going to be difficult. I mean, I think Real Annihilation's best player is probably not comfortable on this map, and I think all of Team EU has played it enough to know it. And Chris, down low, is doing some damage, but the help has arrived. Adram a little bit too late. Gonna get the combo from Smalls, and here we go. It is Practice and Gabo, and Practice is probably, I mean, he's putting damage out, gets Smalls. It is just Joker left. Can Joker keep the 10-0 dream alive? He is low, will die to a snipe, does die to a snipe, and 10-0 is avoided. And Cute Anime Girls able to secure themselves around victory and not join the list of teams that have been 10-0'd so far. That is, I think this is the first season we've even had 10-0s. So, which goes to show you how relatively balanced most things have been, but also how much the map pool hasn't kind of been able to be exploited like this. The only 10-0 that was really that egregious was the pending one. That, like, both teams knew that map very well and should not have been a problem. I can't find the person I want to be on, which is Tron. And Gabo surviving forever here, somehow still alive. Tron, last little bit of HP, missing the shot on Gabo, hitting the wall, and now he's gonna get pushed. But Chris Power goes down. Now it is just Gabo against Tron, 1v1, and Tron is gonna get he's not gonna get the pack yet, but he is gonna hit the snipe. Puts us to 8-1, and this is going around 4.3 PPR. We're gonna not touching the camera buttons anymore. We're gonna watch Tron the rest of this way. I think he's just till the end of the round when it's 1vx scenarios. But Tron so far doing great, getting the kills for his team. Definitely showing that his experience on this map is good. Was there to help his teammate and still there. Hits a nice snipe. Misses the second follow-up. Eats a little bit of the flak ball. Eats in more of the flak ball damage. How the hell are Chris Powell's flak balls this big? They're ginormous. Jesus. Very difficult, and he's still shooting them and gonna end up getting corralled, but 9-1, this is not going well, and I mean, if this is the first map, this is a disheartening one. You'd rather have this be like the TB, something like that, so that you don't have to kind of put yourself on a back foot early, knowing that this is probably going to be a hard map for your team when your carry player is playing it for probably the first time in his life. But Tron just mowing people down. Shock primaries down a range and missing practice there. Flak coming out, not connecting. Does see practice. Does get sniped. Tron is very hurt. Getting help from Joker. Goes down. It is a 2v1. The link gun is coming out. It's going to hit him. It's, oh my god, what a practice. Able to clean it up. Get the second round on the board. 9-2. You know, the moral victories at this point. You don't want to be giving up more than you have to. And Tron, 4.2 PPR, absolutely crushing it. Just providing his team with a lot of firepower right now. And great flak and great combo. Very low. If Chris Powell is able to somehow get this away, but wow, link gun, high ping link just can be disgusting to look at. It's just not. It's hard to use from the high ping player's perspective, and it's hard to dodge as well. But practice right now, just getting shot. Great flak ball practice, showing that he does have, even though like his map knowledge isn't going to be the greatest here, that he is quite difficult. Actually, that is almost perfect. Same angle peaks with hit scan from different distances. Great teamwork. And that was 10-2. I would expect the next couple of matches to be a bit closer. This was, I think, always going to be a bad one. I mean, practice, 3 PPR, 2,700 damage, but it's just... this is one of the strongest teams in the league against one of the weakest, and on a map that practice is going to be able to have less impact on. It's just always going to be tough. Oh, I forgot to change the... Forgot to change the score bug. And we have already up map number 2, Rankin, incoming from, I believe this is probably Annie's pick, not sure. And we're going to go right on board. Tron, round 1, was the high man, the MVP for his team last map. Oop, got to turn on X-ray whenever the great shooting coming out of Tron here, but already a player down. And Tron going to run right into Chris Powell and doesn't even let him get close. It just primaries him off, and it is all on practice. 1v4. Several very healthy players. Can he get a kill here? Unable to do so. Small's able to get the trade onto practice. We'll stay on board practice. This is going to be round number 2 coming out, and probably going to be tough. Practice 300 damage. Had a great round 1, and now he's coming up, almost eats those rockets, but is able to get away using the wall dodges quite nicely, showing that the 2K4, some of the 2K4 does translate. And nice snipe onto Tron there, but he's going to run into 3 people and goes down. And already this is turning into a nightmare scenario for Annihilation, as they are in a 1v3 second round in a row. Well, it was 1v4 last round, and Adram going to try and run away. Tries to use some rockets, get a quick kill, but 3 very stacked players, and somebody's gone down early every round for Annihilation right now. Maybe they'd best be served by like just sticking together and not quadruple peeking too many times. And Small's going to push down the Biohall with Joker, and using kind of Joker as almost like bait here. Hits Gabo, nice shot. Takes a return snipe from Gabo, though not peeking, but does take practice trying to push through rockets. And Smalls is now going to push to Shock and going to jump up, go to the top, look for Gabo. Gabo goes up the lift and going to run into Joker here. And Gabo, last alive, has very little HP, does end up going down. I mean, we're hoping it was going to be a little bit different, but I think they're just a little bit overpowered. We're going to go on board with Zan here, as he's going to push up to LG, run into practice, and run into somebody at mini. But I think We Are Annihilation is probably a little bit wary of getting into long fights here. And I don't think there was any damage on Chris there. Looked like it was completely clean. Gabo going down, getting 2v1'd. And Adram last alive again and goes down to a snipe. And I think they're just losing the hit scan battles all across the board. And it's just... that's going to be really difficult. This map is a bit of a hit scan paradise, in my opinion. You sit back, you watch these long angles, you hit your shots, you slowly whittle down the enemy, and then you push up. And that's just what it kind of always plays like. But we do have a 3v2, but Smalls makes that a 2v2, and he is behind... Well, I was going to say was behind Practice, but Practice last one alive. And does take a snipe from Smalls, unable to return. Does take the snipe onto Tron, but Smalls peeking at almost the same time, able to push. Tron able to wait just enough for Smalls to get into the picture. Don't know. I mean, I'm assuming this is good teamwork. They're looking like they're pretty well coordinated, but it is quite difficult here for... looks like, and Practice taking some early damage here. Smalls does go down quickly, and Practice goes down to Joker. Joker traded off. It is now Zan, and Zan going down. So it is now just Tron against 1v2. Tron against Adram and Gabo. You would hope that Tron is able to do some work here, and they're very discombobulated. Instead of being able to get behind, like Gabo came in, pushed early, but Adram, great combo, able to take down Tron, get around on the board for Annihilation. That is exactly what they needed, as they were struggling. And right now, Tron and Smalls, once again, both at round 4 PPR, putting some good work in onto We Are Annihilation and just kind of taking the better of them here. And again, it is a 2v4, and it's going to be a 1v4 very soon, as Adram goes down and Chris Power, last one alive, and goes down to Smalls. I guess he got ping diffed there a little bit, the 8 ping difference. And, I mean, this is just exactly what we'd expect. I mean, nice shots out of Smalls. Adram getting hit with 2 snipes, very low. But it is a 2v3. Smalls and Joker are alone against 3 people. And Smalls is in a corner, able to take out one. Can he take out two? Has somebody behind him, does take out Gabo. This is very winnable, just needs to hit a shot. Any shot will do. And Chris Power shooting projectiles. I mean, I have to give Smalls the advantage here. If he can keep his distance, he is much stronger than Chris in a long-range fight, I would think. And he's just going to watch this and does take down Chris. Gets the wrecker. What a round out of Smalls. Absolutely fantastic. And, I mean, we're just going to keep on Smalls getting in here, getting rockets. They have Gabo 2v1 down in basement. They are going to take him out. And it is now a 2v3. Chris Power in practice, but Chris Power is going to get flanked from the side, and he's probably not long for this world. Isn't long for this world. 8-1, and this is just all cute anime girls. The weebs are victorious. They are taking over. I mean, Annihilation is pretty much done. I would think this one is going to be a quick, tidy 2-0, probably a 3-0, unless something crazy happens. And I just think it's a little unfortunate. One of the weaker teams in the league just getting a little bit diffed from one of the stronger teams. But again, like, big ups to everyone for playing, adding another team to the roster, and you know, can't hate it. And my guess is practice probably is still kind of thinking of this as a 2K4 map, and it doesn't play quite like 2K4 100%. It's a little different. Just a little bit. It's harder push, harder to survive, and just not used to it. And Chris Powell goes down right after. And Smalls is just crushed him. Tron 52% LG. Don't recall him shooting too much, but feel like he had shock out mostly when we were on him. But this was always probably going to be one of the worst maps of the season, or worst matchups of the season. Yeah, I know practice is next to no games. He's doing a solid, and everyone should be incredibly thankful to practice for doing so. He did not need to do that, and he enabled a team to play, so props to him. Why do I don't know that I have reflections enabled. I don't know what I have enabled. I am pretty much the dumbest person alive when it comes to settings. So yeah, pretty much. So I don't know that reflections work or don't work. We're going into map 3, Remedy. This is probably going to be more of the same. And yeah, I would say right now, top 3 players in Smalls' team are better than every player on We Are Annihilation. I would say I think if practice put in, you know, even 50% effort, he would probably be one of the best players on either team. But he's clearly is not at that point yet. But he is doing well. It's not that he's doing poorly. He's just a little bit less practiced than other players. Pun not intended. And Tron headshotting Adram, and that is just brutal. I actually just realized I don't have X-ray on, don't have... and 1-0 quickly in favor of cute anime girls, and I would probably expect more of the same next couple of rounds. Gonna be tough. I haven't given Zan too many rounds, but he's kind of been the third wheel for his team in a lot of cases. Ooh, Rux right into that rocket. Not exactly what you want, but does hit a return snipe at least, and does hit the second snipe. Adram going down there. And looking like, I mean, ooh, that is not actually where you want to meet Chris Powell, but does not matter, and Gabo goes down not long after. And we are pretty much into, I mean, round number 3 here. It's kind of hard to talk about this one because there's not much going on outside of just, okay, Cute Anime Girls has really good teamwork, and they push in mostly as 2 if they can, and then they also hit the, you know, they probably just out-aim most people as well. It's just brutal. This is winnable. Chris Powell gets the rocket splash damage, takes down Zan, gets us to a 2-1. Chris Powell is the dark horse. And, okay, we're going to stick on board. Can he continue this? Going to push here. It's actually nobody home over there. Needs to get up to another spot to help his team. But does run into Smalls. Huge rockets, but Smalls able to get out of there. And Chris right now, right in front of Tron, has somebody above him, but somebody behind Tron, and shooting his teammate. Smalls takes down Chris Powell, and it is now all on Gabo's shoulders. Gabo is very healthy, but so is Tron. Going to be difficult. Needs to get a big needs to find big damage onto Smalls right now, and Smalls just jumps away. He flies, and Gabo wasn't quite sure about following that, thinking that I think Tron was going to push him from behind, and Smalls able to get an easy shot. Maybe Gabo just needed to zero in on Smalls there and hit him while he flew, but it was always going to be tough to kill him. He was way too healthy. Big rocket onto Tron, and Tron eating a direct to the face. Going to be tough. And Practice now getting behind Joker and getting a lot of damage. And Tron behind Practice, though, and this is very winnable. Both players are weak. Chris Powell has a little bit of a stack. Should hear somebody to his right now. And backs off, runs away, and circles around to Shock. And the snipe comes out, but the flak ball also comes out. And now he knows Joker's around the shock lift. Joker crouching. Why is he not going for any of these packs? They are watching. I mean, Chris Powell is just like almost baiting these packs. And what a flick out of Chris Powell. Takes down Joker, gets another round on the board, and looking like able to make use of these tight corridors very well. Annihilation strengths might be on more display here, where they can get these more close range fights, not quite having to hit scan battle everybody. I mean, Chris Powell, yeah, I mean, he goes down there, he's 2v1. That's going to be tough no matter how close range you can be. And ooh, another 2v1 coming out. And yeah, I mean, right now the way that yeah, there we go. I mean, cute anime girls using the teamwork to their advantage, like never giving anyone a 1v1, any sort of clean fight, always making sure that it's either hit scan and playing cover or 2v1ing an enemy. And Zan and Tron both pushing here, different directions, taking down Gabo. Great teamwork. You love to see it. And I can't find people. And Chris Powell in a 1v4, this is going to be a difficult one. Like, there's a couple people very healthy. He's going to need to manage to hit a lot of damage. And he runs right into Joker, does get the kill, but he's going to find people right behind him, and Zan hits him with 2 shots there, takes down Chris, 2-5, and the Weebs have arrived, and they're now getting the, comfortable lead we would expect. But, I mean, this is a map where you could see very easily, yeah, exactly, like, just like Chris did there, like, come back around that corner, like, just punish the plus W player, and actually, looks like the Weebs are trapped in a bit of a corner here. They're surrounded, but it's a 1vX on the other side, and they're able to get rid of the one guy, and they've held on enough that Gabo last alive, and he's taken camper damage, and Gabo just goes down. And yeah, they were the flanker needed to not be the one getting focused, and the 3 players needed to give the flanker time to do the work, and just unable to get it all done. And teamwork working out well, and Rockets loading, but a huge combo coming out. Smoles hitting a big one, making Adram suffer, and now Adram is worse for wear, and Smalls looking, but man, good damage coming out, and Gabo somehow just still alive, back at Rockets, does end up going down, and Adram following, but Chris Powa, he could get a couple people here, but he still has to worry about Tron. Tron very healthy. Tron, the guy he doesn't want to face. But Tron just jumps into a big shock out of Chris Powa, and now both people are right behind him. And Chris Powa running, takes down Joker, now has the 1v1 against Tron. Everyone was plus Wing into the player who's very good at plus S-ing, and they end up taking a ton of damage, and Chris is just going to back off. I would not challenge him at that Rockets. You know at this point you are much healthier than him. Don't push him. Let him push into you in places you feel are advantageous. These long hit scan fights are exactly what Tron wants, and Chris Powa is able to secure another round, getting another Dark Horse. Let's go. Let's go. We are Annihilation. I mean, we're giving Chris Powa some watch here, but I mean, we'll probably see him alive at the end of this round. And actually, looking like that this round is kind of going in favor of We Are Annihilation so far. The 2v1 needed to be better practice. Could have helped Adram a little bit faster, but that's just a lack of experience playing together. I think they could have easily 2v1'd him there, but just their timing was not quite there yet. Practice does have one player behind him, one player in front of him, unable to secure it. 7-3, but so far, you know, so far, like, this has been the best map out of We Are Annihilation, and mostly due to a couple Dark Horses from Chris Powa, which shows you that, you know, if he can be a very strong player when he gets his right ability. But, you know, I just think his team overall is just probably a little bit too weak to really enable that to be more successful. We're going to go on board with Zan. He's 3.5. I mean, all these guys are about 3.4 or 3.5, as they should be for this matchup. I don't think there's really any reason that they should struggle here. Practice going down, and Chris Powa taking down Zan as well. Mole's gonna push Chris Powa and gets a nice flak onto Chris, and ends up taking him down. Gabo last alive. Gabo dead as a doornail before I can get to him. 9-3. Cute anime girls, aka weebs, are able to, I mean, map 3 point, like, they're probably going to clean this up here very quickly. And going to, I mean, Smalls hitting some shots, backing off. Practice going up the lift, going down. Chris Powa getting hit. Nice boot jump up. Chris not expecting Smalls there, but Smalls unable to capitalize on the surprise flank using the boots. And Gabo hitting Smalls with a good flak, but that's going up that lift is going to put him in a tough spot. Gabo going down 10-3, GG's. And that's the map. Kind of expected. Can't be surprised. Is what it is. I mean, thanks again to all players on We Are Annihilation for playing. I mean, filling out the league and hopefully having fun and trying to do cool things. And well played to Cute Anime Girls, taking the win that I think everyone expected them to get. And until next time, UT4 Elim League, hosted by UT Pugs, and we will catch you in the next one. Take care, y'all.